So in 1992, I was in North Carolina for some reason. I don't exactly remember why. But I went to a movie theater. I think I was in Asheville, maybe. And I bought a ticket to see a movie called El Mariachi. I'd heard it was good. Turns out it was transcendently good. It was so much more ambitious and arty and weird and unexpected and backward put together than any other movie I had ever seen at that point in my life. I thought it was amazing. Turns out a big reason it was so amazing to me, especially at the easily amazed age of 19, is because the movie theater put the reels of the movie on the projector in the wrong order. So I saw reel 1, the start of the film, then reel 3, the amazing climax of the film, and then reel 2 I saw last. That was the middle bit, the explainy part. It was out of order. It was ACB instead of ABC. And seeing it all out of order made me fall in love with the director, with Robert Rodriguez, which even now is still kind of true, despite the fact that a lot of the reason I like him is because of a drunk projectionist in Asheville, North Carolina in 1992 making accidental experimental art for one showing only when I was 19 years old and impressionable. Mr. Rodriguez has since gone on to be very successful. He's, of course, the Spy Kids guy, Sin City, Grindhouse, all these big movies. Robert Rodriguez is a born and bred Texan. He likes to make his movies in Texas. The Austin American-Statesman describes him as Texas's most prolific filmmaker, which is why he has ended up in the middle of the stupidest story about taxes you will hear all week. And this week has a lot of competition for the stupidest story about taxes. I swear, though, this one wins. Texas, as you may know, features an ambitious and amazing governor named Rick Perry. You may have seen Governor Perry recently book touring, selling himself as a potential national leader by way of selling Texas itself as a libertarian wonderland where government stays out of everything, where there's no heavy hand of government getting into the way of what business does.
We have low taxes, low regulatory climate, a legal system that doesn't allow for oversuing. And then we get out of the way. The federal government ought to try that. I guarantee you this country's economy would go roaring back to life if they saw a president of the United States and a Congress that understood how the free market actually works and not having government interfere with the free market.
Well, one of the ways that government doesn't just stay out of the free market in Texas, they don't just let the market work its laissez-faire magic, is by flat out giving some industries money. Last year, Rick Perry went to Robert Rodriguez's movie studio in Austin. He announced that the state of Texas would start paying movie production companies to make their movies in Texas. They would literally give you a direct grant out of the state budget if you would make your movie in Texas. Plus, Texas would comp companies their sales taxes on the shoot and the occupancy tax on their hotel rooms, even some of their gas taxes. It's not exactly small government. It's not exactly steering clear of the free market, right, to subsidize this one industry this way. But it's understandable. I mean, lots of states, even individual cities, offer grants and tax incentives for TV and movie production because those things mean jobs. But in Rick Perry's small government, out of the way of the free market, I want to be president Texas, in Rick Perry's Texas, these movie production incentives are a little different than they are everywhere else. In Rick Perry's Texas, these movie production incentives only go to movies that Rick Perry likes. When Governor Perry last year went to Robert Rodriguez's studio to announce this deal, Rodriguez said if it weren't for these Texas incentives, these new incentives from Governor Perry, he said he could not afford to shoot his new film in Texas. He would have to go out of state. With the incentives, though, Mr. Rodriguez said he could stay. And that, of course, provided a great photo opportunity for Mr. Perry.
Robert, thank you for opening up the doors of this great studio again. Thank you for having faith in this state and staying here knowing that we were going to get this done.
Problem is, once Robert Rodriguez got that film done, a film called Machete, Rick Perry's state government decided they did not like that film. Maybe because it's the story of a Texas politician stoking violent hysteria about immigration in order to help his own career. Governor Perry. And so, after offering Robert Rodriguez probably somewhere in the vicinity of like $1.8 million to make his movie in Texas, after Robert Rodriguez made the movie in Texas because of that promise, Rick Perry's Texas Film Commission, after the fact, reneged, telling Robert Rodriguez that they would not get the money after all because of what his movie was about.
We're going to move Texas to the top of the credits. You know, if you're a member of this industry, I encourage you to really learn about the program.
I, too, really encourage you to learn about the program because if you are in the movie or TV business, learn from what Robert Rodriguez just went through. In Texas, Rick Perry's idea of small government is that the government will give you tax breaks and even flat-out cash money to make your movie there if and only if your movie tells a story that Rick Perry likes. It is a very, very specific kind of free market.